This is Finding Life Dad Class, and today we're stepping into a father's conversation with his daughters. One that truly shapes far more than we ever really realized. See, in this episode, that smack on the hand, we sit inside a critical father-daughter conversation on dating and look beneath the words at the foundation, at the roots, and what's really being taught and learned. Remember, come as you are, listen without judgment, and leave with something you can live with. I'm Life. Let's get into it. And I'm excited to continue the conversation that we had going on in part one. I'll go ahead and get right into it. Let me go ahead and play.
I'm concerned, and I'll tell you why. He asked you, what would you want to do on a first date? And immediately said, okay, well, you want to do that? You want that type of guy? You want the person who is coming to occupy your time to not be thoughtful of how they occupy your time. Just honest. Because what I'm saying to you is, this could just be a lazy moment. Some niggas just need to understand, you got to step up, bro. Oh yeah, we ain't doing that shit today that I just told you. No, I know you're better than that. That can be a response. You can't be afraid of a nigga not coming back. You gonna actually get my time on some shit like that? You gonna reward that? Hell no. No matter how bad I even want to, it can absolutely be a response where you're like, come on, bro, tighten up. But you gotta be way more thoughtful than that. So I want you to answer the question, is that the type of man you want? Is that the type of energy you want to reward? You might like him, and you might just need to smack his ass on the hand. Don't come at me like that. And if that smack on the hand make you not come back, you was coming for some bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, you're more excited about the opportunity than you really are about how the nigga really approached you. That fair? So have the confidence within yourself to check that right there, right? And then allow him to either step up or step out. And you got to be cool with that, because it's going to save you heartache in the end. I want you to set that in your mind of how you really want them to come. I'm not saying they're going to all come like that. But you got to have a standard of how they come, so your response can be like, so you're going to take me to the store to buy my own gift and we just going to walk to the line and nothing? And that comes with the confidence. It's just making sure you understand your standard and you're not moving your goalposts just because you're happy to have a motherfucker giving you some attention, or you happy to be going out and you feel like you got to play a role. There is no role to be played, because this ain't a motherfucking movie that you would have chose. You know what I'm saying? I'm concerned.
Ooh. There ain't no role to be played, because this ain't no motherfucking movie you would have chose. Y'all know how we get down, and this is a safe space for you to feel how you feel, say what you need to say, and I'm gonna do the same. So y'all know I'm a professional person, but at the same time, I'm a parent first, and this is well, I'm a man first, parent right there, neck and neck. Me being a man, me being a parent. So y'all know I take notes. I hope you guys are doing the same, because I look at this as this is our Dad Class series, and whether you are someone who may have been absent of a father, or had a daddy present and your daddy didn't have the capacity to father, may have been in a good home and you just weren't in the space to receive some of the fatherly wisdom in which you've heard throughout your life, and you kind of can look back and want. That's what this is. Our Dad Class is that. Or you might be a parent, you might be a young father, and you really have, or parent period, and you really have been looking to figure out how to be a better dad. And this may be the space for you to really learn and to cultivate taking knowledge and asking questions. Shameless plug, I always tell y'all, if y'all have not yet, go to the virtual village. If you have followed me on TikTok and you found the TikTok or on YouTube, villagevirtuallifecenter.com. Sign up. You can also look at yokevhelp.com/Kevin. Pull it up. Check me out /life. I'm going to put it all right here anyway. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you connect with me. Connect to the village. It's only $1 a month, and the $1 is really just to separate commitment, right, and to prove a value. And I truly believe that if we go ahead and offer $1 of value to over half of the people in the world, guess what? We'll be pretty good. We'll be pretty good and be able to make such an impact. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to start right where we left off, and we talked about that smack. I got a lot of flack because I was talking about this smack. I was like, why would you tell her to smack him on the hand? Y'all are, I don't know if it's simple or slow or both, but I love you. So here's what I'm gonna say. That smacking them on the hand is what I mean to say adversity. When I say adversity, some people decide and want, some women especially decide to put men through tests. That's not what I'm saying. I don't expect a man to put a woman through a test, nor do I expect a woman to put a man through a test. That's not at all what I'm saying. I am simply saying the moment that an action raises itself up against your own personal belief system, your desires, your comfort, whatever it is that in the moment your comfort is confronted, there's an altercation, there's some adversity right there that you innately feel. That's why I call it a yellow flag situation or a red flag situation. You innately feel that kind of gut feeling that happens. So what I need you to do is, when you feel that piece of adversity onto yourself, be willing to allow that to show up in the moment for everybody. Smack on the hand. Right? Because really and truly, the request was a smack in the face. Kind of like, damn, you really just gonna do that? Like, you gonna just, that was kind of a smack, but you want to let it go. You want to tell yourself, you know what, don't trip. It's okay. The moment, whatever. So you look at that adversity and you're not willing to confront that adversity. So all that I want is for you to have the confidence to confront that adversity that you feel and be able to allow it to show up in the space right there for everyone to deal with. Because if adversity equals abandonment, that's not anything that was worth holding on to in the first place or fighting for. Right? That was nothing worth enduring. Oh, natural adversity, not anything that you're creating, but that shows up. When adversity shows up, friction shows up, don't hide it. That yellow flag, allow it to be present. And when adversity shows up, we always say, you hear it said, the character of a man is shown when he is going through adversity. So when adversity shows up, if he avoids you, if he bails out, if he just dips out, guess what? That's okay. Let it go. This is where you insert the book, let them, right? Let them be them, because ultimately, go back to last episode, alignment creates peace. Alignment creates peace. People pleasing creates pleasure in the moment. So that's what we have to do. Understanding that smack in the hand is really just allowing the adversity that you felt from being smacked in the face to be present in the moment. And now we're going to see, when adversity comes, does it equal abandonment for you? If it equals abandonment for you, then this is going to absolutely save me some goddamn heartache. Because we're absolutely going to deal with adversity in any type of relationship. So these are the ways in which you start. Then you move into what we talked about, right? That being excited. I always say, don't be too excited. Calm down, right? Cool out. Is you cool, right? Calm down. And I ask my daughter that a lot. And that's really not just my daughter. You got to ask anybody that. Because sometimes, like I say, 2, 3, and 4, they kind of go together. Are you too excited? And do you have the confidence to correct the behavior? Right? So those 3 things go in together. You have to correct behavior. And it doesn't mean that you have to tell somebody what to do. You just have to tell someone who you are, and you have to know it. When you know who you are, you're able to set your standard. There's standards and then there's boundaries, and we get them conflicted. Oftentimes we think, oh, I'm setting my boundary. This is what I want. No, that's a standard. Okay. You have to understand your standard. If my standard is that you'll plan the dates, my standard is that you're a man of chivalry. If my standard is whatever that standard is, that's my standard. Okay. My boundary is something for myself. My boundary is really like a railing. It keeps me from doing too much, keeps me from going overboard. A boundary is not designed to keep you from coming in. If we're on the 15th floor, the boundary right there, the railing is not designed to keep anyone from running into us on the 15th floor. It's designed to keep everybody from falling over. Keeping yourself from falling off. So understand the difference. When you have a standard, right? You will understand your excitement. And then you can think, did the excitement meet my standard? If those two things didn't happen, then it doesn't mean that you have to abort. I'm jumping into the next one, right? I'm jumping into 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, all go together, and then we're going to land. When you can meet all of that right there where it is, where that you're not too excited, and you look at that behavior and you find the confidence right then in that adversity to call a thing, bring it out right here with the confidence of who you are. You're saying it. In that moment, the response does not have to equal, oh, I'm not going. Oh, everybody's not a husband. See, I don't want my daughters to believe, or my son, I don't want them to believe that my expectation is don't waste no time. If he ain't your husband, he ain't. No, come on. That's foolish. That's how you create and condition heartbreak. You create and condition ignorance. Here's the truth. Dating is practice. That's it. So when you find yourself in a situation when maybe they didn't approach you the right way, it doesn't mean everything is off. It means that you understand what your standard is, and that didn't necessarily meet your standard. But now I can create the proper priority, the proper label. I can put you in the right space. You might not even be boyfriend. You might just be friend boy. You might be whatever it is that you're going to be, but I'm going to categorize you in the proper place because these things are not present. These standards are not met for the category of my person. And that's okay. It doesn't even mean that it can never shift and never change. People do change. Why they change is the ultimate reason that you gotta figure it out. But to understand that dating is practice. And y'all know me, practice makes permanent, not perfect. So you need to understand who you are. If you really want to fix on who you are, make it a practice to date yourself and then allow other people to date you, so then you can get an experience and observation from all sides. I hope that you wouldn't also just wonder what you like. I would also expect you to be able to ask that person who is dating you what their experience of you is, so you can gain a full perspective of who you are. And it's not gaining a perspective of who you are by believing what they're saying, but you're taking data and you're making an informed decision based on other people's experience of you, because sometimes we don't always know how we show up. We think we know, we have an intention, but then we also have an impact. And here we go, landing the plane. See, the intention of a thing is very, very important. And a lot of us struggle, especially women, especially young women, especially fatherless young women, struggle with understanding and understanding the difference between intention and attention. These are very, very critical differences. Understand me when I say the difference between attention and intention is a real thing. Let's go ahead and give a little bit of advert right here. Hey Meta, what's the definition of attention?
Yeah, attention is basically the mental focus you give to something. It's how your brain picks out one thing to process while filtering out the rest. Want me to break down the psychology side or the everyday meaning?
Nope. Can you give me the definition now of intention? So boom, here's the thing. What Meta said, thank you, Meta. What Meta said was that attention is your mental focus. So understand, a man or somebody who is giving you attention is right up here in his head. It's an intent. It's a mental thought out focus. It's just, I'm focusing my attention on you right now. While we talk about intention being the purpose that guides behavior and decisions. There's such a difference there when we realize that someone who is giving you attention is simply focusing mentally meaning it's a tangible focus on the things. They are 100% in their ego, listening to comprehend, not listening to understand. See, someone with intention is not reacting to you. Attention is reactive. Oh, you fine. Oh, you, ooh. Oh, you, it comes in root. It's rooted. Attention is rooted in lust when it comes to romance. Attention, it has to be caught. It is something that is flashy. It glitters. It's a big booty. It's a whatever you might think it is, whatever they're attracted to, that's what it is. Boom, they'll give you attention. It's a mental focus right now. And sometimes you feel like that. The truth is, you may feel like, man, the way he's looking at me like I'm a fucking piece of meat, just steak dinner. And I kind of like, that's attention. They are just flooding you with attention. There's really no purpose behind it. There's no guiding principle behind it. This is why we talk about, I say, be thoughtful. You don't want nobody to think about that. There's no intention behind that. It's just attention. Let me give you some attention. Oh, what you want to do? Let's do that. Let me give you some attention right there, because I know for sure that's what you want to do. That's not what you want. You want purpose. Somebody with the purpose is aligning themselves with you. There's an intention. There's a purpose that is guiding my behavior, my decisions. And that's what you have to understand. Is intention. Intention is careful. Intention is thoughtful. Intention plans. Attention mimics. Attention gives. Attention rewards. It's an exchange. It's caught. So understanding this principle, understanding what we're saying is the difference between when I landed that plane and I said to my daughter, this ain't no role. Don't play no role, because this ain't a movie that you would have chose. That is such a real thing. Attention is someone casting you to play a role for them, or them to play a role for you. That is attention seeking, attention giving. I need someone to play a role for me. I need to play a role to feel valued for someone. You have to know the difference, because it's desperate seeming. It gives so much. It's an overwhelming sense of something. See, when there's intention, there's thought behind it. Intention is the being. Remember, part one, we talked about we are human beings. Are humans very attentive, very reactionary, very fight or flight, very survival, very right now? Our being is more of who we are, our essence, our state, our ability to be not just emotional, but our ability to be the observer of our thoughts and the controller, the conduit of our energy in motion, or our emotion. We talk about women being emotional. It's simply because the thought to action gap is almost not present. That is a level of awareness. That is being able to separate the human and the being. So now, understanding someone giving you attention, my human feels really fucking good, pleasurable, all pleasure seeking. Bing, 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 bing. Feel good. This is where your love bomber lives. So much attention, so much attention, so much attention. But it's really surfacey. It's really right now. It's really physical. It's really on the observation of the human. But then you'll find that person or that connection. You'll feel it. It'll find you. That's intentional. And typically you find that when you're operating within your purpose, you slow down and you figure you out, and you are at least focused on figuring you out, and you begin to operate in your purpose. Not saying you know everything that you want to do in your life, but I am saying you know that you are worthy and you are valuable, and you are moving around with a level of awareness and a level of self-love and self-respect, that you know that you are purposeful. You are created with a purpose. So there needs to be some sort of value put to your action and put to how you even show up for you. And when you move like that, you'll really recognize how things and people begin to fall off in your life as you operate more as your being. And when you do that, you'll see that you'll start seeing people who are also doing that. You'll know what the conversation of someone who operates in their being is like, because you are operating in your being. It's more about joy and peace versus happiness and profit or pleasure. You're able to understand. We can talk about things that may take us a long time. Patience. We're not talking about just pleasure or profit right now. These are the very small things that you'll feel, and you understand what that feels like in your gut. Don't bypass that. If nothing else and you don't understand it, give yourself time to understand it and honor yourself by saying that out loud. Listen, I don't really know what this is, but I need to get some time to understand it before, And a person who can't be patient, someone who is rushing, it's not meant for you. I promise patience is a virtue, and that's where I'll leave us. Patience is a virtue, and over time, all things will be exposed. So I share with you this. As we end and look at this video and we cover all 10 of these things, I'm saying to you right now, love yourself. Respect who you find yourself to be. Desire. Who do you desire to be? Once you identify that, begin to make decisions in the moment. That is how you honor yourself. Sometimes you don't need to think about it too much. Do it. Try it 1 or 2 times and see the result. The result, if it's a win, you gain confidence. If it's a loss, you gain wisdom. Either way, you're good. Trust you. Love yourself enough to trust you in the moments. All right, listen, this has been another episode of Dad Class. I really appreciate y'all. I love you. Make sure that you know how to tap in with us. You know how to check into the Village Virtual Village, villagevirtuallifecenter.com. Please go ahead and check it. Click the link in the TikTok web. Hit the link on the bottom. Hit the link right here. I'll catch y'all next time. Maybe you had these conversations with your father. Maybe you didn't. Either way, there's always something we can learn, something we can unlearn, and something we can choose to do differently. Take what spoke to you, sit with what challenged you, and keep the conversation going. Until next Dad Class, keep listening, keep learning, and keep living. That's life. See you next time.